Yo, welcome back to You Cannot Be Serious with Big Daddy Bling, and today it is the final day of the regular season, and man, straight up, these Cubbies have been on a run. Like, on fire, man, on fire, and if they win today, they will finish the season at 500. But America, I want to hear from you. Tyreesh from Michigan, you're on the air with Big Daddy Bling.
Yo, thanks, Big Daddy. I just want to send some love to Trey Mancini. He is the best player in baseball right now.
Yeah, man, no doubt, my man Trey has been destroying Major League pitching this last couple of months. Now, Chaz from Australia, you're on the air with Big Daddy Bling.
Yeah, mate, look, I'm just really here to say you Yanks are missing the point. Aussie always wins when it's too bloody late. He'll be back to losing like a baby versus a dingo next season.
Thank you, Chaz. Next up, we have Ricky Bobby from Texas.
Yeah, I just want to agree with your previous caller. It's like my daddy used to say, if you ain't first, you're last.
Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is the final day of the season. We are in Milwaukee, and I tell you what, I almost had to come back sooner because we have been on the most incredible run to the point that if we win today, we will finish the season 81-81, and I did not see that coming. It's just been brilliant. Mancini has been the best player in baseball. Swanson hasn't been far behind him, and it's just been absolutely incredible. We haven't got any new injuries either, which is nice. And if we go and have a quick look at the schedule to see exactly how we've done what we've done, we will go all the way back here to mid-August where we lost, of course, to the White Sox. We then played Kansas City. We won 2 of 3 against them. But look at this run we've gone on here. We then swept Detroit, including a 14-6 win there. We then swept a 4-game series in Pittsburgh. We then won 2 of 3 against Milwaukee, which is, and only the loss was only, an extra inning. It wasn't like it was a huge defeat. We won 10-1 in that one as well. If we go over to September, we had a 10-8 win and a 2-3 series, where 2 of 3 series win over the Reds. But this 10-8 game was a little bit mental because you can see here 7 runs they scored in the 6th. Then we got 5 in the 7th and 8th innings to get to 10-8. It was 1-0 before that, and it was looking like a good day for pitching. So yeah, like I say, just a little bit of a mental game. These things happen from time to time, but yeah, it was quite good. So you can see there, it was Vargas, surprisingly, was the one that let us down after Hendricks had actually done quite well for once. I should say, too, in August, Mancini was the player of the month, and Clark, our pitcher, was the pitcher of the month as well as the rookie of the month. So that was absolutely brilliant to see. Now, this is probably the little run here that cost us the postseason, to be honest. We only won 1 of 3 against San Francisco Diamondbacks. We split that series with them at home. Now, if we go and have a look in game 2 here, it was a 5-4 win. We got all 5 of our runs in the 2nd inning, and it featured a Mancini grand slam. So 5 hits from 5 runs, 5 runs from 5 hits, I should say. And just get that level there. Yeah, you can see that other than that grand slam, there wasn't too much for us to write home about with the bats. And the pitching was solid enough to get the job done. So that was very, very nice indeed. Then we went to Colorado. Now we won 2 of 3, including a 17-7 win. This is also a bit of a mental game, but also apart from that, it was a stunning performance from Bellinger. Now, Bellinger hit a grand slam. He hit 3 home runs in the game, and it was the sort of game you can get in Colorado, I think, because it is quite home run friendly. But 7 RBIs for Bellinger, which you got to say, with a grand slam and 3 home runs, you maybe be a little bit down to only get 7 RBIs in that one. But yeah, that is what we hope to get from Bellinger on a regular basis. Rios with 4 RBIs as well, Madrigal with 3, and if we go down to the pitching, it wasn't too bad from our side of things. Wouldn't want to be a Colorado pitcher today, though, because that was not a fantastic day. We did concede 7, so actually it wasn't that good for the pitchers either on our side as well. Then we went to Arizona, and it was a clean sweep. We lost all 3 games, and then it really was an uphill battle. We got to about 4 games back of the playoffs, about here somewhere, and I genuinely thought we were going to do it, but yeah, you can see, just went a little bit wrong. But then we went and swept Pittsburgh, which was good to see. We then won 2 of 3 again against Colorado. Very tight series, that one, though. Atlanta, we needed to kind of win out at this point, and Atlanta were just a little bit too good for us, so we only won 1 of 3 against them. We've won both games so far against Milwaukee, which is very nice, which brings us to October 1st. Final day of the season in Milwaukee. So first things first, Chris Clark, absolutely brilliant. I did say he was looking good as a starter. He won Pitcher of the Month, Rookie of the Month in August, and has just been brilliant. Hendricks, the sooner we get rid of him, the better. Sands has gone off the boil a little bit, which is a little bit disappointing perhaps. Steele's been solid all season long, and Stroman, if I'm being completely fair to him, has sort of had the ERA around 4.5 all year. He's been very consistent on that front. So he's one of those guys, he's kind of annoying because you wouldn't get rid of him based on how he's doing, but you don't, you could improve on him as well. So I can kind of see how he's got himself a relatively big contract. If you know what you're going to get, sometimes that is worth paying for, isn't it? But generally speaking, the bullpen has done absolutely fine, and there's not too many complaints to be had there from anybody. So a couple of them are younger as well, so hopefully they will improve as we go on here. If we go and have a look at the hitters, and this is where things have just absolutely improved. Now, Torrens is a new name there. He's in with the expanded roster. Gomes had a bit of an injury for a couple of weeks, so I caught in Torrens. If I had put him back to AAA, he would have needed to be put on waivers, so I just left him for now, and I'll deal with that in the off season. But yeah, that's the reason that we see him up there right now. Now his numbers there, that's not Major League. If we go to Major League, so we can see him a little bit more accurately. The Stars, Rios has been a little bit poorer, to be fair to him, but he's still having a pretty good year, I would say. But a couple of the stars here, you've got to look a little bit further down. Dansby Swanson has been brilliant. Suddenly he has 24 home runs and 83 RBIs. Bellinger, 23 home runs, 74 RBIs, has quietly had a good season. But the absolute star, player of the month, August and September, Trey Mancini, 28 home runs, 98 RBIs. What a star he has been. And yeah, very, very good to see that. Long may it continue. That's all I can say. So there we go. That is how everybody's done. Let's have a look at the standings. And we can see them there, 8 games back of the Brewers, only 3 in the end back of the Cardinals. And it's been, I mean, a fairly successful year. Especially if we win today, it's a big if, but if we get to 500, that's not a bad season for the Cubs, I don't think. And if we look here, 4 games outside the playoffs in the end, outside the wild card, and yeah, it just couldn't have gone much better second half of the year. In fact, if I show you the expanded standings quickly here, if we look at his post All-Star break, I won't give all the standings, but let's look at post All-Star break, 44 and 27. If we had even been close to that in the first half of this season, then we would have been going to the postseason 100%. So a real shame in a way, but also promising perhaps for next season. A couple of other things just to quickly draw your attention to over here in the youth system. The AAA, the Iowa Cubs, they won their division. They're into the postseason. Look at this. Second for AA, second for AAA, for a high A, second for regular A. I don't know. And then the rookie ball teams haven't done quite so well. But there's a lot in the system that at its level is doing quite well as well. So all of a sudden, it just seems like the Cubs on a massive high, which is huge. But anyway, let's go and check these lineups. It's an away day today at Milwaukee. Alright, so the matchups aren't fantastic, are they? But it's going to be Nico Horner leading us off at second base. Rojas bats second at third. Mancini designated hits at 3. Rios bats clean up at first base. Swanson up the order, bats 5 at shortstop. Kalanick in left field, bats 6. Suzuki in right field, bats 7. Bellinger in center field, bats 8. Amaya, the catcher, bats 9. Steele is the man on the mound for us today. A 10-7 record this season. ERA of 3.70 and a whip of 132. Up against Bryce Wilson for them. He has an 0-7 record. Surely the O can stay. It's a 5.77 ERA for him. A whip of 135. And I'll be so disappointed if the only win of this guy's season comes against us on the final day. Alright, welcome to Milwaukee, and it'll be Nico Horner to lead us off. Batting .288 this season. He's got his 400th career hit since we saw him last, so that's a nice little milestone in his career. And yeah, like I say, let's hope we can take these guys down, and more importantly, end our season at 500. I'm kind of, obviously in next season, sort of thinking already as Horner leads us off with a hit, which is very, very nice indeed. Bringing Rojas to the plate, also got his 400th career hit since we saw him last. Batting .270 this season. First pitch into center field. Oh, it's a diving catch. And it is one away. Trey Mancini batting .283 this season. He's got his 900th career hit since we saw him last, and that's a little bit easier for the center fielder there. That is 2 away Bringing to the plate, Rios, batting .261. Is that slightly disappointing given the season that he was having? He strikes out, ends the top of the first, and will go and have a pitch. Steele to the mound to face Tapia, who is batting .326 this season. But yeah, sort of thinking about next season, I was not really sure what we were going to do when I finished last episode. And, a diving catch of our own out there. Kalinic. What a play. Oh, he's injured. And he is able to shake it off. He's Taylor Swifting it out there. Willie Adams comes up, an 0-2 pitch. And that is into left field. Nice early test for Kalinic. Passes it cleanly. And it is Eloy Jimenez now batting .245 for them. But yeah, I'm increasingly thinking there's not much wrong with this hitting all of a sudden. It's a little bit of a shame. I think what's happened is we've had them, a lot of them hit a hot streak at the same time as Swanson comes in. He's also been brilliant. I think his WAR is actually the highest among anybody. Now, some of that is obviously down to his defensive work. But, yeah, just a lot of guys that sort of quietly put in some big numbers in August and September. So, yeah, there's a part of me that thinks, is this just sort of everything progressing back to sort of the mean, where you would expect it to be over the course of a season? But yeah, the problem, of course, is Seiya Suzuki slashes one into left field for a 2-out single. If that is the case, then I think we've been a little bit unlucky as Bellinger sends it into deep right field. It keeps going, and Bellinger gives us a 2-run lead, 392 feet. And, well, as I said at the top, he has been hitting a lot of home runs, quite a few RBIs quietly. He's got himself up to, 76 for the season now. Amaya comes in, our catcher, a 2-2. He grounds it to the third baseman. That should end the inning, but we have a lead. A 2-run lead thanks to Bellinger, and that is absolutely huge. All right, Rowdy Tellez comes in now, batting .278. So yeah, I think, if they sort of evened out their hot streaks a little bit more, we possibly could have done better this season. I mean, I'm not saying that the hitters are the finished product's going to win us a World Series, though the form they've been in, they well could have if we carried this on into the postseason. The pitching is what lets us down, even though over the course of the year the stats suggest that it's the other way around. It is definitely the pitching, and I don't think it's bad across the board. I mean, it never really is it? There goes the runner. Can Amaya get him? No. I just think that we have a few weak links, and those guys are letting us down quite badly. Oh, we've hit him. So 2 on 2 out all of a sudden. And Almora Jr. comes in. Now, he took the stunning catch in center field, didn't he, to get rid of somebody. I forget who it was now. It might have been Rojas. Either way, he's out at first. That ends the second. And we'll go to the third with our 2-run lead. Horner to lead us off. He is 1 for 1 today. A 2-1 pitch. Horner. Is it raining? What's happened there? Low and inside. Don't know what we had to see. They had a 3-1 pitch. And Horner grounds it back to the pitcher, 1 away. So that's all a little bit annoying, isn't it? In comes Rojas, who is 0 for 1. It's a 1-0 pitch. Rojas rips it into right field, down to that corner. It should be at least a double. Is it going to be anything more? No, it is not. But we'll take a double. So 1 out, runner at second. And it will be Mancini to the plate. 0 for 1 today. First pitch. Grounds it to the shortstop, and that will be out at first. Runner will stay at second. And it's going to be down to Edwin Rios, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2. Rios watches strike 3. Jogs it off. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Our 7th inning stretch today, we'll be voting for our MVP. Now, I have to say, is that going to get caught in right field? No, in front of Suzuki for a leadoff single. The only player that was nominated by you guys was Edwin Rios. But what I've done, given that since last episode, double plays it? Yes, it is. And that'll be 2 away, no one on. Given that since last episode, Mancini has literally been the best player in baseball, I've sort of self-nominated him, which isn't something I usually do because I like it to be you guys' award. But we did do a very long stretch without coming back. So if Rios is the guy you want to vote for, that's absolutely fine. No qualms there. But I just thought, having literally one player of the month 2 months in a row, that Mancini probably deserved a nomination, given that you guys wouldn't have seen that on camera. But we get out of that inning, a little bit of an expensive one in terms of base runners, but ultimately no runs across the plate. Swanson will lead us off. He strikes out, 1 away. Kalinic, who has got his 100th career RBI since we saw him last time. And he has struggled with the bat this year. I'm not completely sure what to do with him. Only batting .229. Now he hasn't had the full season with us as Suzuki comes in and draws a walk. But yeah, we do have, is it Pete Crow Armstrong? I think is his name. Now he's a defensive gem. And he is, oh, another diving catch out there. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th. So yeah, we do have him hanging around. Now Kalinic, as you can see, he's out there in left field. He is a decent, it's a leadoff walk for them as well. He's a decent defensive player. But I'm wondering if what we could do potentially is for next season, Pete Crow Armstrong comes in and plays center field. Bellinger goes over to left field. And Kalinic perhaps is just sort of the bench option. Assuming Suzuki stays in right field, which is a big assumption given how he's played this year as well, but I think we probably do need to keep him. And then Mancini would be an outfield option that's also designated hitter. That's sort of my plan right now, as we could get a double play here and end the inning. Oh, there we go. Runner stranded at third. We are still on track for a 500 season. Ep8 to lead us off. He's 0 for 1. Let's see what he can do. Full count, swings, pops it up. It should be caught in center field. Given the catches he's made out there already, that is one he can make with his eyes closed. Nico Horner comes in, 1 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. Horner digs out a low fastball, it looked like, but pops it up, and that is 2 away. And it will be Rojas now, 1 for 2. Hit the double, of course, last time up. It's a 1-1 pitch. Rojas grounds it to the second baseman. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Still, though, we lead 2-0. And Steele will continue to Freelick, who is 1 for 1 today. It's a 1-1 pitch. It is a hard hit ball straight to the Gold Glove winning. No, it's not. It's Rios. I was playing as the Blue Jays for a second. Then straight to Rios. I don't know if he's won a Gold Glove. I'm assuming not. It's 1 away. I've just edited the video for the Saturday Blue Jays video. That's why I had Freddie Freeman on the brain there randomly. But there we go. Oh, he's dropped it. Seiya Suzuki. It was a simple catch that I'm pretty sure I could have made. And instead of ending the inning, we have a runner at second with Jimenez at the plate. This is dangerous. Come on, Steele. 2-0 pitch. And it is through into... Come on, Suzuki. Get him at the plate. Get him at the plate. Get him at the plate. He can't. And Suzuki's error has cut our lead in half. And the go-ahead run is now at the plate. It's Rowdy Tellez who is 0 for 2. It's a full count. It's a strikeout, so it only costs us 1. But how costly is that going to be in a 500 season bid? Mancini to the plate. He is 0 for 2. A first pitch swing. Mancini into center field. That will be caught, and that is 1 away. It'll bring up Edwin Rios, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Rios rips it into right field. That should be at least a double for him. As he turns, goes, slides, and dusts off his batting gloves. Excellent work. So, can we extend the lead back out to 2? Swanson's at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. Swanson grounds it to the third baseman. That'll be out at first. Runner stays at second. 2 away for Kalinic, who is 0 for 2. It's a full count. Come on, Jared. Get yourself on base. He strikes out. And that'll do it for the top of the 6th. New man on the mound is Al Zole. Now, he has done okay this year. ERA of 3.75. He did start the season out as our closer. I took him off that because I wasn't convinced he was good enough to do it. And he's done a little bit better in sort of middle relief than he was doing as closing. Did have an interesting comment. Spaceman, I think it was. Sorry if I've got that wrong. Suggesting that Vargas with a movement of 80 should be our closer next season. And I usually, when I look for a closer, I usually like the stuff of 80. Someone's just going to get up there, strike out 3 batters, and we can all go home. But there's no reason why someone with movement of 80 that's unlikely to let someone hit a ball cleanly, why they couldn't close. And we do have good defensive infield as well, as they have a new man now, Seth Lugo, on the mound to face Suzuki, who owes us for the error. It's an 0-2 pitch, and Suzuki grounds it to third base for 1 away. So yeah, that's an interesting thought, and I wonder if maybe that is something we could do next season. I wouldn't say as Bellinger comes in and hits it into center field for a 1-out single. Bellinger continues a good end to the season. It's Ep8 now, runner at first, 1 away. Ep8 0 for 2. And watches strike 3. So it is Nico Horner now. Can he keep the inning going? He's 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. He strikes out. It is time to stretch. And then we'll have to vote for MVP. Alright, welcome back. It is now time to vote for the MVP. Now, as I said, the only guy you guys nominated was Rios. Given that Mancini's season, or end of the season, has been spectacular, I've sort of self-nominated him, which, as I said, not something I usually do. But in alphabetical order, these are the nominees. It is Trey Mancini first up, or Mancini. He had a batting average of 283 coming into this one, 28 home runs, 98 RBIs, and a WAR of 2.6. The second nominee is the one that you guys nominated, first baseman Edwin Rios, a 261 average coming to this one, 31 home runs, 89 RBIs, and a WAR of 2.4. Now, the way this works, if you are new to the channel, there's going to be a link at the top of the description down below. Click on that, it'll take you through to a straw poll. Vote for who you think has been our MVP this season, and we will announce the winner at next season's end of season award, next episode's end of season awards. But let's get back to this game and see if we can finish the season as a 500 team. Alright, welcome back to the Brewers Stadium, American Family Park, is it? Is that what it's called up there? Anyway, we've still got Alzole on the mound. We've got Amora even Jr. at the plate. He is 0 for 2, and he is 1 for 3 now as he slaps it up the middle for a leadoff single, tying run aboard. And that will do it. Brandon Hughes will come on now. Another guy that's done well for us this year, ERA of 2.39. He's going to face Freelock, who is 1 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. It is a strikeout, 1 away. Nicely done. It brings Braseu on, pinch hitting now, only batting 150 this season, 3 for 20, so possibly an expanded roster call-up. And another strikeout for Hughes. That is now 2 away. It is Willie Adams. He is 0 for 2 today. A 1-1 pitch, runner at first, 2 out, and there goes the runner, and we don't get him. So the tying run is in scoring position at 2-2. And that is into left field. Kalinic is there. He will make the catch. He will end the inning. And we will go to the 8th. 1 run is the lead. Rojas to face Ethan Small. Rojas 1 for 3 today. It's a full count. Left arm on the mound now as well. And that is a leadoff walk, which we will gratefully accept. In comes Trey Mancini now. He is 0 for 3. He hasn't gone over, it feels like, since last episode. He was nowhere near that, though, was he? That is 1 away. Rios to the plate. He is 1 for 3. Rios strikes out. And in comes Dansby Swanson, who is 0 for 3. A first pitch swing. Swanson grounds it to the third baseman, and that will end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the 8th. Still just the 1-run lead. Jimenez to lead them off. Hughes to continue on the mound. Jimenez is 1 for 2. And he's ripped that past the infield into left field for a leadoff single. So go ahead run at the plate now for Rowdy Tellez. He is 0 for 3, and that is to say a Suzuki. This time he remembers to catch the ball, and that's 1 away. Contreras to the plate now, 0 for 2. A 3-1 pitch. We do not want 2 men on base, but that's what we have. And Michael Rucker will come on now to pitch. ERA of 2.82 for him this season. He's going to face Urias, who's 1 for 3. It's a first pitch swing. Can we get a double play ball? It might just be. It might just be. Oh, it's just 1. He's out at first, but runners go to second and third. So this is huge. Matt Chapman to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. A 3-0. We've walked him to load the bases. All right, come on, Rux. It's Amora Jr., who is 1 for 3. This is massive in our season. This could be 500, whether it stays or goes here. It's a first pitch swing. It's into center field. It drops in, and it's going to score 2, and we are 3-2 down in the bottom of the 8th. And Rucker has rucked it up. Full count. He's walked another one. Oh, you mother Rucker. Bashu comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounds it up the middle. That's going to score another run. We are 4-2 down. And we're not going to get to 500. The run that we've been on, we just don't like YouTube, apparently. Oh, I'm out of Rucker puns, but Ruck. And finally he leaves. Vargas comes on. But it's too late. They've scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-2. And that should do it. Over to third we go. We need to get at least 4 runs now in the top of the 9th. It'll be, I'm not even going to attempt it, their closer. It will be Kalinic to lead us off. And it's a full count. Can he get himself on base? No, he can't. He just looks useless. Suzuki, who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. There we go, 2 away. We're down to our final out, and the season with Bellinger at the plate looks set to end in defeat. And Bellinger, maybe not. Bellinger! Oh, he's hit a second of the game. Cody Bellinger, a 25th of the season, 402 feet. It's now 6-3. It's unlikely to matter. But it's nice to do anyway, isn't it? That's his 499th career RBI as well. So well done, Cody. 500 should come up for him next season. But Amaya will end our season in a 6-3 defeat. And it'll be 80 and 82. So that is how the standings finish. Given, as I say, post-All-Star, we've been brilliant. Stuck post-All-Star break. So it's difficult to be too disappointed. But when 500 is just dangling right there, it would have been a really nice milestone to bring up. But anyway, it wasn't to be, and next season should be interesting. I think we have the makings of a decent team here. Kalinic, Suzuki need to be better next year. Outside of them, I don't know that there's too much I would change about the starting lineup there. I think pitching is where we need to change. We need someone other than Hendricks. Hendricks needs to go. And we've seen it there, haven't we? The bullpen just is a little bit too inconsistent. Whether that's something that will come in time or whether that's something that needs to be sort of fixed with player changes, I guess I'll try and figure out over the off-season. But that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to go and vote for your MVP. And next episode, we'll have our end-of-season awards. We will then play through to spring training. And there's a little bit to do here. It's not as broken as I thought it was a couple of episodes ago. But it still needs some loving care, doesn't it? Until then, guys, take care.